So this summer I made Olivia write a poem with me. And, it really sucks having a teacher as a mom. But I found this contest that I thought was really cool for the Rachel Carson Society. And Olivia read Silent Spring, I think for Dr. Carlson's class. And that made her want to become an environmentalist. And so I thought it would be cool if we wrote a poem to try to win something for this contest, and we won second place. So. I think we should have won first. Okay, so the way we wrote the poem is kind of, I would write a half a line and then she would write a line. So there's no real great way to read it, so I'm just going to read half of it and then I'll give it to her to read. The one thing that you should know about the poem is that I'm from Key West, Florida originally, and even though Key West is a series of islands that are connected by bridges, we also have little spits of sand, mangroves that are also islands off the coast of Key West that you can only reach by boat. So we go out there quite a bit to this place called Sawyer Key, which is where this takes place. And the theme of the contest was something about appreciating the wild. Okay. In the tidal zone, and it had to be, I'm sorry, I'm such a teacher, it's really a problem. The poem had to be written by 2 different generations, so that's why we wrote it together. Okay. There's a little epigraph. No, you have to read the epigraph. Okay, it's called Water is Memory by Yusef Komunyakaa from his poem Blackbirding on the Hudson. Here's the title. In the tidal zone, Sawyer Key. In the calm salt river, the moon drives through mangroves. A nursery is made for lemon sharks, horseshoe crabs, crocodiles that feed on minnows who flash silver in any given light. A nursery, too, for us, where we dig castles decorated with sand dollars and marine snails have drilled to suck the soft bodies out. When the tide runs, the sea sounds like a babbling brook, scampering over green algae coral. Brown turtle grass bends with the force of its movement. At low tide, the inch-deep water burns the soles of our feet. We are careful not to cut them on what used to be animals pressed over eons into jagged limestone, now half buried in the wet sand we squish our toes into. The algae rocks tickle. We shriek, wondering what slithers in the periphery out to deeper water.
Spoonbills and egrets step gingerly along the strand, nosing their beaks for water bugs. The tire tracks from a Ridley sea turtle heaving herself on shore, and the eggs she buries and leaves behind are the only evidence of her arrival. Stobs of driftwood lay like wooden fences, a layer of defense for the mangroves that dig their roots into now dry land. We wait for the tide to turn. First, it swirls around our ankles, then calves, the knobs of our knees at different heights. We want to plunge in, refreshed, covered in the only water our bodies remember, what all of our bodies crave. Okay, now I'm going to be reading a poem that I wrote in creative writing. It's similar to Raven's poem, it's also an ode, but I decided to write my poem to an ode to stains. Looking back at baby pictures, you marked my clothes and mouth orange from spaghetti as I watched violent shows like Tom and Jerry. In kindergarten, I waited in the car after a softball game, my nose bleeding, tears running onto my orange jersey while my coach shouted for someone to find her lost wedding ring. As a young girl, the only way I would leave Florida is if horses would greet me when I came to Texas. I grew up with muck stuck to the bottoms of my shoes like gum, sweat and dirt painted onto my joggers. I can still see faint brown spots across my plaid uniform skirt from early morning coffee in my favorite yellow cup, drips that spread like wildfire. I'm sad I won't see those gray plaid skirts next year, knowing they will just end up in a yellow bin when I graduate. Most times, I don't notice you until the day is over, stains right in the middle of my chest. Fearing you might draw my best clothes like my prized college sweatshirts, my pretty dresses, or my good jeans, I don't wear them out. But I can't stay mad at you for long, not when I smile at the rings left by teacups on my brown nightstand, not when I mistake the freckles on my arms for ants, or from pink and blue fingers who worked masterfully at dyeing hard-boiled eggs, not even when my mascara rings my eyes like a raccoon's, because I know I looked pretty with it on. And every time I see a mango, I know to eat them shirtless over the sink like my mother taught me, soft belly, cold on the counter, even though it still splatters my chin, my lips, my nose, my forearms. I close my eyes and feel the sun on my skin, even when there is no sun. You make me messy with proof that I was not only hungry, but that I lived.